situation.
The key messages, so the main reason why we've upgraded this is a better than expected performance, particularly in emerging markets economies, several of them, but also the slightly greater strength of the US economy that has led to upgrading our forecast. But the recovery first remains rather uneven, and it's moderating, as we also concluded in our annual report, which could also be a factor that will drag growth also in the developing countries.
Consequences for the rest of the world. And
then we also have seen a surge in capital inflows, which is concerning many of the emerging markets, which see currency appreciation next to rising inflation. And that's also particularly where a lot of the countries have moved towards much more restrictive monetary policy, as much as introducing capital controls to stem those risks. But on the back of that is the risk of higher exchange rate volatility in the near outlook, as much as the continued risk of a further downfall of the United States dollar.
Which I would like to draw to your attention.
In Europe, it's pretty much a two-speed recovery, with some economies recovering fairly strongly, particularly the German economy, but particularly the south of Europe, but also the United Kingdom, with still a pretty weak recovery, averaging for the European 15, the original 15 countries of the European Union, about 1.7% growth, which basically stabilizes the growth rates that they recorded in 2010. In developing countries, the picture is pretty much the same, except for in Africa, of course, where we've downgraded the forecast for Northern Africa, given the political conflicts there, and the weaker oil production prospects in Libya in particular, but also continued protest in some other countries that is having economic consequences. More difficult because the borrowing costs have increased.
Same here. Looks like Valerie Amos's.